Good morning, everyone. We'll continue here in TZIPISA, Yeshua, yearning for redemption, the words of the Horowitz. And he says like this, V'hina yedati, behold, I know, as ha'tshuvas asher yashivu, that all of the naysayers, how they're going to respond when I say that there's an obligation for a Jew today, the Horowitz is talking about 100 years ago, and even today, to learn the Masechtas in Shas, the tractates in Shas that deal with Kodshim, the Rambam in Kodshim, the Rishonim in Kodshim. We have to learn these things to know what to do in the Beis HaMikdash. But I know there's naysayers, and I know what they're going to say. Ki b'yameinu, tirdus hazman merubais. In our days, we have a lot of pressure. Umishbar agdim ala halachos hanahugos b'zman hazeh. And therefore, what should take priority? All of the halachos, all the laws that apply to the present day. Let me learn about Shabbos, let me learn about Kashrus, let me learn about Yom Tov, I'll learn about Tefillin, I'll learn about davening, all those things. That's as much as my head can hold. In all the pressures that I have going on around me, why should I be learning things that have no relevance to me in today's world? But I'm going to answer them the following, or I'm going to ask them the following question. There are many tractates that have no shaykhis, have no real bearing on a practical level on what's going on in today's world. Like the most of Masechta Sanhedrin, which speaks about the Sanhedrin, the courts, the Sanhedrin, which is the super courts, and capital punishments, and Makais is also revolves around that. And Varoi Meseches Yevamos, the majority of Mesechta Yevamos, which is talking about the mitzvah of Yivom, when a woman's husband passes away and they died without children, she falls to Yivom, she marries the brother of the husband. These are things that we don't really do today. And there's other tractates like this as well, that a majority of what we find in the tractate has no bearing and practical influence on what we're doing today. We don't apply these to our times at all. And nevertheless, the minhag in the yeshivas and people is that they do learn these things. They learn it in depth as is fitting. So then why should Kodshim get less attention? Studying the section of Karbanos that's speaking about what we're going to bring in the house of Hashem when there's a Beis HaMikdash, from all of the Masechtas that we just mentioned now, meaning why? Ask the Horowitz. Why does Yevamas get more attention than Zvachim? And why does Makos and Sanhedrin become what's called a yeshivish Masechta, something that we learn in depth in yeshiva? And some people are, the first Masechta they ever learn from cover to cover is Makos, and they have it in their back pocket, as they say. Why that when you can be learning Menachos or Bechoros or something else? Why are these ones getting much more attention than other ones? So says the Horowitz, you're going to tell me that there's no reason for us to learn these Masechtas because they don't apply to our lives. Yeah, but I'm going to show you there's a lot of things that we learn today that don't apply to our lives, and we learn them anyway in depth. So why is this learning any different than that? So then he begins to explain, it's also implied in the Gemara that this Seder, meaning this learning of Kodshim, the Amoraim, the great sages of the Gemara period, they themselves learned Kodshim the same way that they learned other orders, other parts of Shas. And all of that because of what we've written before. Since that HaKadosh Baruch Hu accepts our learning of the Korban, Bizman Habayis, just like the Korbanos that were brought in the time of the Beis HaMikdash, We're not allowed to exempt ourselves from the study of this. Just like when there would be a base of Mikdash and you have an obligation to bring a korban, you can't exempt yourself of, well, I'm not really into korbanos. I don't really like this animal sacrifice. No, you don't have a choice. You have to bring a korban. So too over here, since that HaKadosh Baruch Hu accepts our learning of kachim as if we're bringing the korbanos, how can we deny ourselves the opportunity and the obligation to learn Seder kachim the way that we are supposed to, says the Chafetz Chaim. He has more to say. We'll continue Bez Hashem tomorrow. All the best.